In this time of political and emotional turbulence, I refuse to use the word hate. Why? Because it's a four-letter word. Now shut the fuck up and listen to my review. Ghostbusters 2016 is directed by Kevin Feige, starring Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon. Now, first off, a thing you need to know about me as a movie reviewer. There are certain things I look for when I go to a movie, especially a summer blockbuster popcorn film. I look for these things. Was it fun? Did it make me feel something? Did it transport me to another world? And was it pretty to look at? Those are usually my 4 things I go to. And 5, is there eye candy? There's small finger, but not a small request. So, thinking of all of those things, let's go into my review. Now, number 1, I know, this movie is getting either loved it or hated it. And now I've seen some reviews where people are just like, it was okay. So, let's delve into what I thought about the movie. Now, first off, going in, I have seen and heard some reviews from people saying things about this movie that are absolutely not true, and I think that's because a lot of people aren't actually paying attention. I ran into this a lot with Batman vs. Superman 2, which I'll go into when I see the Ultimate Edition, and I'm actually going to do a review on that, because people were arguing about, well, this didn't happen, and this didn't happen, and this didn't happen. Well, yeah, they actually did. They did happen. There are things in this movie where people said that there was no emotional center to Ghostbusters. And there absolutely was, and they say that it didn't carry the character depth that the original did. But I thought the original... Now, I'm not a Ghostbusters baby. I was raised in the 80s as well. Ghostbusters was very much of my growing up, including that sequel, but I don't hold Ghostbusters in my heart the way other wonderful Ghostbusters people do. I mean, I like Ghostbusters, the original, but I'm more of a Goonies and Gremlins kid, and E.T., that was another one. Those ones kind of go through me more than Ghostbusters did. But I saw and read some reviews where people were saying that the original Ghostbusters was more gritty, where this one had more gloss. Well, that's true, but they were different eras. Like, the special effects from the 80s were practical effects, mostly. And the filming was more gritty, of course. And, of course, this is 2016. The movie is going to have a polish and shine to it. It has a completely different look. But I embrace that look. I thought this movie was gorgeous to look at. I thought the effects were amazing. The ghosts, people were saying that they didn't make sense. I don't get that, because they're ghosts. Did Slimer ever make sense originally? Now, I will admit in this movie, Slimer having a girlfriend with a hairspray Tracy Turnblad wig was a little... That was a bit of a stretch for me, but cool, whatever. It's a freaking summer movie. It's fun, whatever. But going back to, the movie is gorgeous to look at. It is directed very well. I think it has great pacing. I don't see how you could go wrong with the cast they do. Kristen Wiig... Always loved Kristen Wiig, and she's got that understated vibe about her, and then she just, like, says things just so straight out and kind of, like, flat, and then you're like, wait, did she just say that? And it's brilliant. Melissa McCarthy, top of her game here. She is not Melissa McCarthy in this movie, which is what is called acting. She is another person now. She's not doing her Melissa McCarthy thing. She is a bit, I guess, more understated than her typical movies, I guess you'd want to say, but I thought she pulled it off great. She actually carried a lot of heart in this movie, which I appreciated. I personally enjoyed. Leslie Jones, okay, critics saying that, isn't it convenient that she knows all the spots in New York and New York history, and it plays into the plot? Well, isn't that what it's supposed to do? Like, each woman is there for a reason. Each character is there for a reason. And they all form this team. Her reason, and she even states out loud, her reason for being there is because she knows the city. She knows what's going down. So when she comes up with a random fact about a certain building, that's not stupid. That's not random exposition. That's her using her knowledge to help further the plot and be part of the team. So smack down there. I loved her. I thought she was hysterical. I don't watch a lot of SNL nowadays, so I don't know a lot about Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon, but they were both hysterical. Kate McKinnon, she is off her rocker, and people either love that about her character in this movie or hate it. I personally enjoyed it because while everybody else is being so like logical and, you know, focused and stuff like that, she is a focused inventor, like when she's inventing things, even though everything's unstable, and that's just a metaphor for her character because she's a little whacked. And that's awesome. She brings a good, like, little dash of crazy to the team, and I think that's what they needed. Now, let's see. Also, we have, of course, in the cast, Chris Hemsworth. So, no, I'm going to the top 5. Eye candy, and plus the fact he is hysterical. Now, I know a lot of people are divided on his character as well because he is so dumb. You can't imagine a person being more dumb. This is like putting a scratch and sniff sticker at the bottom of a pool and watching him drown. That kind of dumb. But I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. He was certainly a highlight for me in this movie, so I don't see the hate there. The plot was great. I know that a lot of critics were saying that the male characters all seem to be dumb or sexist or haters or what have you, or like so against these women, so they're like sexist. But the entire plot of the movie is, including the villain. The villain is an outcast, and he goes to one side of the spectrum where he's been mistreated his whole life and bullied, and so he goes dark-sided, I guess. And then there is the team of Ghostbusters who have been bullied and teased and not believed or misunderstood their entire lives, but they go the good side. It's really timely, I think, this plot is with this movie, that it says, it's, I don't know, a play like on It Gets Better maybe, or just like talking about people being put down or bullied or teased or minimalized, and you can either go the bad route or go the good route. And in the end, this team gets together and they do what they believe in and they succeed. So I think that's a very timely, very good plot for this movie. Now, there are many cameos from the original Ghostbusters. Now, this is a divisive issue as well, because some people thought it was a little overkill, and then some people thought it was pandering to the original Ghostbusters, and some people thought it was great to see those nods. It was like a passing of the torch, if you will. Now, I personally thought they were funny, and they were cute, that they were brought in, and stuff like that, and I don't see the harm in it, but there are going to be people with this movie, it's so divisive that they're either like, oh, I'm mad that the original Ghostbusters weren't involved, and then, oh, I'm mad that they were just linked to cameos. It's like, not everybody is ever going to be happy with this movie. Flat out. But I thought it was a great nod, and apparently all the previous cast was happy to come on and be involved, which one of the cameos happens in the end credits. So you need to stay for the end credits, and you also need to stay to the very end of the credits because there's a little teaser tag that you need to see. But overall with this movie, I thought it was a great popcorn blockbuster summer film. It was great to look at. It made me laugh. It scared the crap out of me in parts, which you know loves me some horror, so it was effective there. I thought the cast was solid. I thought the direction was great. The writing was spot on. The ghosts and effects were very cool, which, by the way, if you can see it in 3D, holy shit, best use of 3D I've seen in a very long time. It was beautiful in 3D, and it had this really cool effect where there was like the black at the top and the bottom of the screen, so then it's like letterboxed, but then sometimes the 3D would bleed out of the letterbox and at your face, which you get slime, laser beams, random ghosts flying at your face. That's a good time had by all. So I'm hoping. I know it made like $17.2 million opening night. This is just Saturday. It opened yesterday, or actually opened Thursday night. But I'm hoping it warrants a sequel. I hope it gets more love than hate, because I think if you want to have fun, it's not ruining your childhood experience of Ghostbusters. It's not negating it. Yes, the plot is as if the original Ghostbusters never happened, but this is a reboot. This isn't a sequel. So I don't think it's disrespectful to the original. I think if you want to have a good time at the movies and have some fun, see a high, glossy, funny, scary, cool summer flick, you should go. Or if you don't feel that you They deserve all of your cash. Go see it at a matinee. I don't know. I am recommending that you see this movie. If you don't like the fact that it was made, you probably shouldn't go see it. Which is a shame, because you'll be missing out on a cool Ghostbusters experience. Plus, the soundtrack is awesome, which I downloaded and I'm going to go shake my ass to now. Because it's got G-Eazy and all kinds of stuff. And it's got the original Ghostbusters theme by Ray Parker Jr. So, suck on that! That is my review for Ghostbusters 2016. Please give it a chance. Please go see it. Or at least keep an open mind when you eventually come across it, whether it's on DVD, Blu-ray, or on demand, or as some haters say, I'll catch it on Netflix. Whatever. Just watch the movie, because I guarantee it's better than you thought and not as shitty as you've been saying, even though you've never seen it. So, till next time, check you later, and don't forget to check for ghosts in your cabinet, because obviously marshmallows are haunted.